Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video, we'll be solving a program wherein it prompts the user to enter a choice and displays Fibonacci sequence or some of the entered digits based on the choice. So choice in the sense, the user will have to pick one or two based on whether it wants to select Fibonacci sequence or the sum of the entered digits. So let's start. So we have the import java.util.scanner package over here. This is important because we have to import the scanner package or the scanner class, which prompts the program to help the user enter a value and solve some calculations mentioned in the program further. So we have public class many too. Even if you want to write public, you can, but if you don't want to write the keyword public, it's fine. Then we have the bracket, which signifies a new block of code. We have public static void main, the main method declaration. Another bracket, which signifies another block of code that is to be started. And then we have scanner is equal to new scanner. And then in this case, we have system.in. As in my previous videos, I've said that the system.in snippet of code is used to prompt the program to help the user enter a value. Scanner is a variable which is allotted the reference address of the scanner object. System.out. Then we have the SOP snippet in the following 4 lines, wherein we have menu. So the output will look something like this. We would have menu. Then we would have one Fibonacci sequence. In the second one, we would have sum of digits, because these phrases are mentioned in double asterisk. So the program would consider this as an output that has to be displayed on the terminal window as it is. So if you have entered 1 plus 1 within the double asterisk, so it would be printed on the terminal window as 1 plus 1. It would not be printed as 2, because the program does not consider this as a part of the program. It only considers this that has to be printed on the terminal window itself as it is. Then we have in the second choice, sum of digits. And in the fourth line, we would be given a choice. So it would be written enter choice. Int choice. So you could initialize this variable in the start, or you could leave it as it is and initialize the variable every time the variable choice comes. It's better to initialize it in the start because you don't have to initialize it every time you use the variable choice in the program further on. Is equal to scanner. So the variable which is assigned the reference address dot. So this is dot acts as a communication link between the reference address stored in the variable scanner and the nextEnd method. The nextEnd method is used to read a data type, int data type that the user may have entered. So if the user enters 1, 2, 3 beneath the enter choice phrase, so this would be read as a int data type because we've used the method int. If you would have entered, say for example, Suresh, so Suresh is a string data type. And if you've entered next int method itself, so it won't read it as Suresh, it will give you an error. Then we use the switch operator, and the choice is either 1, we have to select either 1 or either 2. In the case 1, if we select 1, that is Fibonacci sequence. So this is the calculation that is based for a Fibonacci sequence. And in the case 2, let's scroll down a bit. In the case 2, it will help us display the sum of the digits. So system.out.print, you don't have to enter scanner, you don't have to initialize scanner class again because it is already done so once before. So SOP, enter a number, int num is equal to scanner.nextEnd. Okay, so this is the variable scanner, and this is the method nextEnd, which would read the value entered by the user as a int data type. Then we have int sum is equal to 0. So this is an initialization. Now we are using while loop in this case. So if num is greater than 0, which will it will be. So in the 30th line, let's take a terminal window, and it has prompted us to enter a number. Now if we enter 3, so the loop may proceed as expected. But if we write -1, so the compiler will throw up an error, and it won't throw up an error, but the loop will stop dramatically. Okay, so while num is equal greater than 0 bracket, so a next block of code starts. Now you have to remember these 3 lines, because these 3 lines are used to separate a number into single digits. So say for example, if I enter 3, 8, 2, 6, 7, so this is a whole number. If you have to separate each one of these digits, you have to memorize these 3 lines. It will separate it into 3, 8, 2, 6, 7, and read the numbers separately. System.out.println, and inside the arguments, you have sum of digits is. So this is within the double asterisk. So this will be directly printed in the terminal window plus sum. Again, this plus is not a mathematical function. It is used to concat these two components of the argument. Sum of digits is and sum. Now, sum's value would be what it was in the earlier while loop, and then break. One important thing that I forgot to mention is that at the end of every case, so say for example, earlier we had seen case 1, and in this case we have seen case 2, you have to add a break so that the switch case does not, a fall through does not happen. Because if you don't add a break, this whole category of case 1 will fall through to case 2. And then we have, so that is why it is imperative to add a break component. And then we have the default. So say for example, if I haven't chosen either 1 or 2, say for example, I've chosen 56. Now the option 56 does not exist. So the compiler will throw up an invalid choice phrase. So let's see this in action. So in this case, you can observe that we javac menu2.java. So these are 2 lines that I have entered in my command prompt. It won't be required if you're using a software like BlueJ because it already has a built-in compiler, as I said before. So there won't be any need to enter these 2 lines. But if you like me using Sublime or any other software such as Sublime, so you have to use the command prompt, and these are some functions that you have to enter, which is recommended so that you can observe the output. Now, in this case, I've entered Java menu2, and it has displayed menu Fibonacci sequence. So this is basically a menu-based program where you are provided a choice and you have to enter a choice, either 1 or 2. If not 1 or 2, then it will throw up a invalid choice function. So in this case, we have provided an option, either Fibonacci sequence or sum of digits. So I've chosen 1, so it displays the Fibonacci sequence. And then we have I have chosen the second choice, in this case, sum of digits. And if I've entered the second choice, so the program will switch to the case 2 part, wherein the loop that we had observed before will calculate the sum of each digit. It will separate. So say, for example, in this case, I've entered 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the earlier while loop that I was talking about, it will separate each one of these digits, and it will add them together to produce the final total output, which is 20. Now I'll just show you what happens if I press 3 or any other number other than 1 or 2. Okay, let's see. Three. So there it is. It is printed as invalid choice. So that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you learned and enjoyed this video. Now this video will be uploaded on IsEqualTo Klasses Shivang. So be sure to check other videos out, other computer videos out, and as well as other videos covering various subjects such as history, geography, maths, etc. Stay home, stay safe, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.